ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC7 News at Noon.
Maine State Police have identified the person killed in a pedestrian crash in Newburgh. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. The first energy relief payment checks for $450 are in the mail, and the International Association of Firefighters is raising awareness about PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, in their gear. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Tuesday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Let's get things rolling out there this morning. A small craft advisory remains in effect until about 1 a.m. Wednesday morning. And this is because we're dealing with some wind along the coast that's stirring up the ocean yet again. We've also had some snow out there. We've maybe a couple inches in some spots that has now since tapered off. So the rest of the day will feature some decreasing clouds. So the sun will be coming out. So you keep those sunglasses handy this afternoon. You will need that from that drive home for work or school. But otherwise, here's a bigger picture. This is along a front that's tracking down toward the south and east. So things will clear out of here later on tonight. And that will allow temperatures to cool off for us as high pressure begins to move in. So clearing skies on the way for us tonight will be mostly clear overall. Maybe some clouds further down toward the south. And a lot of sunshine on the way as we start things off for your Wednesday. Otherwise, winds will be out of the northwest at about 15 miles per hour for a few of us at times, maybe getting a little bit stronger. But once we head towards Wednesday, those will begin to back off. So the winds will be a lot calmer as we head towards your Wednesday. Forecast for today, mid-20s, a few morning flurries. That's tapering off now. Then partly cloudy for the rest of the afternoon with that northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 9 below, mostly clear and cold northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period. Lots of sunshine on the way out. Temperatures in the 20s and falling. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Maine State Police have identified the person killed in a pedestrian crash in Newburgh. According to spokesperson Shannon Moss, the pedestrian killed on Friday on Route 69 in Newburgh has been identified as 27-year-old Cameron Cluley of Newburgh. Moss says Cluley was struck by a vehicle on Route 69 at approximately 12:15 Friday afternoon. Maine State Police continue to investigate the circumstances of that fatal incident. According to Governor Janet Mills, Mainers can expect to see relief checks in the mail in the coming weeks. Devin Dagnall has more on the story.
After a nearly month-long wait, Governor Janet Mills has announced that the first round of energy relief payments is in the mail.
Soon enough.
What was that?
Not soon enough.
On January 4th, the governor signed LD3, which, in part, guaranteed that 880,000 eligible Mainers would receive $450 checks to help combat the state's rising heating cost. Some Mainers say it's not the right move.
I don't think it's necessary. I think that energy costs are high and there's a reason for that, and the woman sending out those checks is responsible for the reason for those energy hikes. So I think she's just chasing her tail.
According to a press release from the governor's office, the first round covers 5,000 qualifying Mainers who could see checks in the mail as early as next week. The same press release announced starting next week, the Maine Revenue Service will be mailing out an estimated 200,000 checks per week. It was also stated most Mainers should receive their checks no later than the end of March.
Some people need help, and I believe they should be helped.
According to the Fuel Assistance Program Manager at Penquis, Lynn Lugden, the news about the checks couldn't have come at a better time.
I think the people in the state of Maine have really need this at this time. We're in the middle of the winter. We haven't had a lot of cold weather yet, but we are going to be receiving some, as we know, this weekend. So I think it will help a great deal, especially for the elderly.
In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
As the statewide housing crisis continues to worsen, the city of Waterville is welcoming a new housing development. A.J. Douglas heard from a Waterville resident in search of a more affordable housing option in the area.
Residents across the state of Maine are feeling financial woes as housing rates continue to rise. Renters say finding affordable housing vacancies is a struggle.
It's very, very hard. I'm paying $900 plus lights right now.
Manor Gardens LLC is a family-owned realty company that has begun construction for 20 townhouse and duplex-style apartment units at 54 College Avenue in Waterville. The parent company, Archon Realty, has been renovating existing units on the north end of Waterville for the past 35 years.
Just trying to expand on their mission of providing just excellent quality, safe housing with a community atmosphere.
3 of the 20 duplex units underway will offer a affordable housing option.
The idea of having kind of up and downstairs living in one unit just to mitigate, having somebody above you or to the side of you, just to try to create an atmosphere, an environment where folks can kind of have their own privacy.
Mike Curran, co-owner and chief operating officer for Manor Gardens LLC, says the city of Waterville has supported the project from the very beginning.
If they know that there's a housing issue and they are trying to, promote new housing, promote really any housing they can, just to help with the inventory levels in the city.
Curran says phase 1 of the project is expected to be complete by end of 2023, and phase 2 would provide almost a dozen additional housing units on Maple Street. Apartments will cost between $1,300 to $1,350 for 2-bedroom apartments and $1,000 to $1,050 for 1-bedrooms, with the affordable housing units costing less. In Waterville, AJ Douglas, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Former Assistant House Minority Leader Joel Steckes is now the new Maine Republican Party chair following a disappointing midterm election for the GOP. Former Chair Demi Kouzanis was ousted during a closed-door meeting over the weekend in Augusta. Steckes, who used to represent House District 105, won with 83 votes. The change in leadership comes after Republican Paul LePage was handily defeated in the governor's race, and Republicans failed to flip either chamber. Law enforcement officials are taking time to remind people about the importance of keeping their vehicles in safe condition. Our Matthew Jaroncic has more.
Heading deeper into winter, it's important to remember to keep your car up to date, and that starts with getting a proper inspection sticker.
If you're driving around with a blue inspection sticker in Maine, you're violating the law. So we're giving folks friendly reminders, don't drive around with a blue inspection sticker.
2023's car inspection sticker is an orange color. Greeley says driving around with the green sticker is fine, but to be aware that you'll eventually need to get your car checked out.
We want it to be a friendly reminder from the Holden Police Department. We're not looking to give you tickets. We don't benefit financially from giving you a ticket. We want to make sure you're complying with those sorts of things.
Being pulled over for an invalid inspection sticker usually results in a $148 fine. Starting Tuesday, if you happen to be pulled over in the town of Holden, you may have a different experience. Chief Greeley says his department will be giving violators a second chance to redeem themselves. If they agree to get a proper inspection sticker, they will earn a gift card while supplies last. Twin City Tire and Service Foreman Jake Worcester says doing a simple inspection makes a huge difference for everyone on the road.
So vehicle inspections are very important, not only for your safety, but the safety of everybody else on the road. Periodically, you need to check all the important items, tires, brakes, steering, suspension components.
Greeley says he wants all motorists to drive safely and be prepared for any conditions, especially during a very active winter season.
You're driving with bald tires, you're driving with defective brakes or lights that aren't working properly, and you've got a passenger, a loved one, somebody you care about, and something happens, right? You slip into another car, you cause an accident, you injure yourself, a loved one, or an innocent third party. There are a lot of legal ramifications for that.
In Holden, Matthew Jaroncic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Coming up on ABC7 News at noon, we'll introduce you to a woman that makes it her mission to remember those who might otherwise be forgotten. We've got the details when we return.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Have both Medicare and Medicaid? Now's the time to explore your options and choose the coverage that's right for you. Choose a plan that offers you more benefits at no additional cost. Millions of members turn to WellCare for benefits and services that go beyond basic Medicare. and help them lead better, healthier lives. Choose a plan with zero or low monthly premiums, co-pays, and deductibles. And with WellCare, you don't just pay less, you get more. More dental with comprehensive coverage, including dentures and crowns. More vision and hearing with an eyewear allowance and hearing aids. Plus prescription drug coverage with $0 preferred generics and free home delivery. Call us at 1-877-267-8416 to speak to a friendly licensed representative and request a free all-in-one guide. There's no obligation. We're here to help you review your options to see if a WellCare plan is the right decision for you. WellCare has a large network of quality doctors and specialists. Plus, we offer PPOD SNPs with the freedom and flexibility to choose your preferred provider in some areas. Enjoy free over-the-counter healthcare items and free groceries with a healthy food card. Plus, free transportation to doctors and pharmacies and free meals delivered to your home. Get convenient access to care with our telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a free gym membership with online classes. WellCare is a leader in government-sponsored health care. It has been serving those with Medicare, Medicaid, and prescription drug for more than 35 years. Call now. We're here to answer your questions and even assist enrolling you over the phone. Choose the company that puts your health first. WellCare, Medicare done well. Call now and get a free copy of our all-in-one guide. 1-877-267-8416.
We can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
A suicide bomber killed dozens in a mosque in Pakistan Monday. 59 people were killed and over 150 were wounded as the result of an attack in the city of Peshawar. Reports say most of the casualties were police officers. More than 300 worshippers were said to be praying in the mosque when the bomber set off his explosives device. The Pakistani Taliban originally claimed credit for the attack, but hours later the terror group spokesman denied the claim. There's no official word yet on who is responsible for that attack. Hudson University celebrated the opening of a new center for marketing Monday during a ribbon-cutting ceremony.
3, 2, 1.
One Circle Agency is a student-run marketing and graphic design center where students will create marketing plans as well as logos and websites for corporate partners and area businesses. The university also celebrated the debut of a new mobile production unit.
They really enjoy the experiential learning. From the standpoint, it prepares them for the jobs that they're going to have in the future. Additionally, the mobile production unit, all the equipment is brand new. And so to put it together, have students be involved, and now have them be able to use it is just amazing.
Hansen says the center mutually benefits students and the businesses and organizations they partner with. In a letter to the readers of the Bangor Daily News, the general manager of print, Todd Johnston, told subscribers the newspaper will be going digital only on Mondays starting in March. The newspaper says that this is a way to save on the growing expense of printing and delivering the newspaper 6 days a week. Johnston says that the savings will enable them to maintain the staff of journalists who work to provide news from around the state. The change to service takes effect on March 6. A Hamden woman is taking her love of genealogy and history to the grave. Jackie Murch spends a lot of volunteer hours at Maine cemeteries where she cleans the headstones belonging to those who lived long ago. As Jody Hersey shares, it's an act of service this resident is pleased to provide her community.
Jackie Murch finds purpose as well as peace at the Locust Grove Cemetery in Hamden. It's just one of the locations in Maine where during the warmer months she spends her time cleaning headstones of those who are laid to rest.
Just the sense of doing something for the community that nobody else is doing, and that maybe it doesn't look important, but when you're driving by it all day, what does it say about the town you live in?
Murch learned decades ago that towns maintain the cemetery grounds and trim trees if necessary, but no one is in charge of repairing or cleaning the stones.
And if there's no family left in the area, then they just topple over or they get covered with lichen and they're not legible.
So Murch looked into and ordered the same cleaning solution used at Arlington National Cemetery.
It doesn't hurt the stone, it doesn't hurt any of the vegetation or plants that are around it, and over time it just lightens and lightens and lightens.
Through her meticulous cleaning and care, Murch has uncovered headstones of Maine sailors, stone cutters, and even a war hero who served under Napoleon I. Markers that were previously unreadable, now on display for all to see.
You can just lose yourself in what you're doing, and I don't know, I love it.
Murch says spending time at Maine cemeteries is a cleaning project she is both honored and privileged to provide for those who have made our country and communities what they are today.
It just says that they are important, that just because they are gone does not mean that we just write them off. We're here and we have what we have in this community because of what people before us did.
In Hamden, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A Colorado baker who won a high court victory when he refused to bake one kind of cake has now lost an appeal over another cake. Jack Phillips, who won at the U.S. Supreme Court when he refused to make a gay couple's wedding cake on religious objections, has lost a Colorado Court of Appeals decision for turning down creating a birthday cake celebrating a gender transition. The court said the intended pink cake with blue frosting was not a message and symbolism wouldn't be attributed to a baker. Phillips initially agreed to make the cake for Autumn's Gardenia until he learned the cake's purpose. Phillips plans another appeal. After the break, we'll find out if teenagers changing their normal sleeping pattern can be bad for them. We'll be right back.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
Last week.
That's correct. You just ran that category.
He took down a 6-game champion.
You are our new Jeopardy champion. Congratulations.
This week.
All of it, please.
Can 23-year-old Jake D'Arruda start a streak, or will one of these challengers go on their own Jeopardy run?
Let's do 6,000.
I'll bet 8,000. Oh, wow. A big wager.
All this week.
That is correct. Whole new ballgame.
On Jeopardy.
This week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
The United States is shipping more than 60 Bradley tanks to Ukraine. The tanks were driven onto a cargo ship in North Charleston, South Carolina last week. They're now making their way to war-torn nation. They're part of the latest U.S. military aid package to Ukraine. This is the first installment. The U.S. has pledged to send Ukraine more than 40 more of the machines. The U.S. military says it's providing Ukrainian forces with additional offensive and defensive capabilities to help them protect their borders against Russia's invasion, which has now been going on for more than 11 months. The International Association of Firefighters is raising awareness about PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, in firefighting turnout gear. We first told you about the forever chemicals found in firefighting gear last September. That's when firemen shared with us that their turnout gear has 3 layers, a thermal layer, a moisture layer, and an outer layer. The PFAS is applied to the outer layer as a water-resistant agent which helps shed water off the gear. Monday in Nevada, union leaders, lawyers, and firefighters gathered to discuss the negative impacts the toxic chemicals are having.
There's current studies right now that show higher levels of PFAS in firefighters. We get that chronic exposure every time we come to work. It can remain in your blood for 3 to 9 years, and they're showing high levels.
A new documentary called Burned was also released, revealing the significant exposure firefighters have had to these forever chemicals. Susan Curran, who we last spoke to back in December, shared an update on her plans to travel across the nation as part of a bucket list following her terminal cancer diagnosis. Curran says she feels great despite repeated bone cancer treatments, and she is still planning to visit every national park in the country. She started a GoFundMe account asking for $10,000 to finance the cross-country trip. At this time, Curran has met just over $6,000 toward her goal. Now Curran is offering to donate her hair to a foundation that makes wigs for children with cancer in an effort to meet the $10,000 mark.
Now I really needed the $10,000 as my goal because gas prices are so high, and I really need to have that in a reserve for when I get out there, so I'm not stranded somewhere waiting for my next check to come through.
Curran plans to begin the nationwide trip in September. Teens sleeping in on the weekends may be the normal in many households, but is that really all that bad? Researchers discuss some common sleeping myths. With more, here's ABC's Justin Finch.
Researchers from Brigham and Women's Hospital surveyed caregivers about common teenage sleeping myths. Around 74% of people thought letting teenagers go to bed late and sleep in on the weekends is okay. But researchers explain that varying sleep schedules, also known as social jet lag, can worsen sleep. Varying sleep schedules may even lead to lower academic performance, increased mental health symptoms, and riskier behaviors. Around 69% of parents also thought teens will stay up later if school starts later. But researchers find delaying school start times actually result in more sleep. Lastly, melatonin is often used as a supplement to help with sleep. The researchers warn that there is not enough research on melatonin's long-term effects. They also warn against taking melatonin without medical supervision. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch, ABC News.
Volunteers of Bangor says they're looking for some volunteers to have fun while helping the organization. The nonprofit helps adults who want to improve their reading skills, and they're fundraising to support that mission. Their biggest fundraiser is a literacy tea on April 2nd. Volunteers decorate tables using their choice of a children's book theme and host people at that table. Volunteers are also needed to pour beer at Bangor on Tap on April 8th. It's a 4 or 8 hour shift, and vendors donate money to literacy volunteers for the amount of time volunteers spend pouring beer.
So, some people say, well, I can't commit to being a tutor. That's a weekly commitment. That's a little bit too much that I can give at this time. But this one time a year episodic volunteer of 4 hours to pour beer is perfect.
Anyone who's interested in volunteering for either event should sign up by March 10th. You can get more information by going to their website or by calling Literacy Volunteers of Bangor. When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
When the Coach House restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyu.
At the Bangor Grand Hotel and Conference Center, you will discover a new dimension of comfort. We've got newly updated rooms, suites, and a new and improved lobby. Our Blue Sky Lounge and restaurant features exceptional food, flavors, and service. We welcome the weary travelers, the sharp-dressed businessman, the overnight basketball tourney fans, and of course, families on their fun adventures. Many of our guests tell us we've become their home away from home. Moving forward is in our design here at the Bangor Grand, and we'll continue to improve on the things we do best, like exceeding your expectations.
A new innovation overseas is an underwater parking lot that can fit up to 7,000 bikes. If you're hoping to bring a car in Amsterdam, you're out of luck. The parking lot was created strictly for bikes. It's located at Centraal Station. Thousands of people with bikes travel there. This created an overwhelming issue for limited bike stalls above ground. Bikers can now park their two-wheelers for free for the first 24 hours. After that, it's about the equivalent of $1.50 for each extra day. The 4-year project cost up to $65 million and opened in January. Well, it's mostly sunny outside. Let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
All right, here we go. On this Tuesday afternoon, we have a small crowd advisory in effect until 1 a.m. as we head towards your Wednesday along the coast. We're going to be dealing with some gusty winds. I'll be stirring up the ocean at least through Wednesday morning before the winds start to back off. The snow is getting out of here now, so we'll be done with this. The clouds will be getting out of here. And that will equal some nicer weather for us as the sun will be coming out during the afternoon period. We've probably got a few inches in some spots, and we're watching for those clouds that are moving from the northwest to the south and east. That line is right about in there. But with these clouds moving out, that will mean some colder temperatures on the way later on tonight as this cold front will be clearing out of the area. High pressure will be moving in from the northwest to the south and east. And with the clearing skies and sinking air, temperatures will be falling below zero tonight. So here's the general idea here. So decreasing clouds will be the general idea. Maybe some clouds passing by toward the south overnight for us tonight, as most of us will be staying mostly clear with a lot of sunshine on the way for the daytime tomorrow, especially as we start things off. So that'll be looking pretty decent, right? Some more clouds might be trying to sneak in here as we head towards Wednesday night and parts of Thursday. So even with a few passing clouds, nothing too ridiculous in the near future. But by this weekend, some colder temperatures will be on the way. We are done with the snowfall, mainly goose eggs at this point, so looking pretty good from here on out as the snowfall is now done. We have 25 inches of snow on the ground in the Caribou area. Bangor at 7 inches, so decent snowpack to the north with a little bit less further down toward the south. Wave heights are up there. That's why that advisory is up. 3 to 5 foot wave heights being noted along the coast. That's why that small crowd advisory is up until about 1 a.m. as we head towards your Wednesday. Our average high is 28 degrees. We'll reach for the mid-20s today. Lower 20s for your Wednesday. Upper 20s again Thursday. 12 degrees Friday. That high temperature will be hit early in the day as we'll cool off well below zero, with only 4 degrees below zero for the high temperature Saturday. Then a sharp warm-up again as we head towards Sunday and also in your Monday. Forecast for today, mid-20s, a few morning flurries. That's tapering off now. Then will be partly cloudy. The northwest wind at about 30 miles per hour, so have your sunglasses ready to go. 9 below tonight, mostly clear and cold out there. Northwest wind at about 20 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, 21 degrees, partly cloudy. Southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. So by Groundhog Day, will be mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 20s. We had 12 degrees, partly cloudy for your Friday. That temperature hit early in the day as will fall to 23 below Friday night. But lots of sunshine Saturday. Temperatures cold, only 4 below.
Thank you, Devin. Sounds like the groundhog stands a good chance of freezing. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6.